All right, see what we got here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are about to kick off our 5-day challenge, day one. Excited to have everyone jumping on in here, getting started with us. If this is your first challenge with us at High Level, or you just learned about what this challenge is all about, you're at the right place and we're getting ready to kick off. If you're tuning in right now, go ahead and type in the chat where you're tuning in from. Love to know where you're tuning in. And we are just getting our system set up here. All righty. Happy Monday. Whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, where you're at, we are here to take on the challenge of getting started with our reviews as an offer. So super excited to kick this off with each and every one of you. Give this another minute here as we get a few folks jumping on. If you have not yet set up your trial account yet, today will be the day you get in there to set everything up, as well as taking on day one and day two of our homework and getting yourself kickstarted. Alrighty. Pull this up here. Got a few folks from all over here, so keep sharing where you're tuning in from. Glad to know. Let's see here. Pull this up. Right. Control. See here. Moment. My browser is acting up. Let's pull this up here as we are going to get ready to get started here. Go ahead and get this shared. Righty. Slideshow. We are good to go. Okay, looks like we are warmed up here. Let's get this party started. Welcome to the 5-day reviews challenge. This is the live portion of our challenge. And in our live portion, we go ahead and teach you the best practices, as well as giving you some of the pro tips that will allow you, when you take our course, to run through that quickly and smoothly. And that's the biggest part here, is getting your system immediately set up so that way you can go out to the marketplace and get your first paying customer using our framework as well as the tools within HighLevel. If you are an existing HighLevel user and you have been one for some time, please let us know in the comments below. If you are brand new and you're getting started with HighLevel, please let us know how you found out about us. Let us know in the chat how you found out about us. And if you have not yet, let us know where you're tuning in from, right? So we have a jam-packed week ahead of us. Today's agenda, I'm going to pretty much go over a little bit about me, who I am, and what we'll be doing here in regards to HighLevel. We're going to review the 5-day reviews challenge agenda, what you should expect these next 5 days. And then we're going to unveil the reviews offer, how it works, why it's an attractable offer, why we launched this, and why you'll benefit as you follow along the different steps to go live with the offer in your local market. And, I want you to be excited about this because, as you join our Facebook group and you join our other groups that we have at HighLevel, you're going to notice that like-minded people stick together and they help each other. And I want you to look at me as someone that's going to stick by your side and help you this week. I have a good amount of experience that I can pretty much kind of see where you may be stumped on. And I just want you to feel excited and comfortable and confident that we'll get you unstumped. We'll get you where you need to be as long as you don't give up. And that's the key thing, not giving up on this. So if you run into a situation where you're unsure about something or you get a little frustrated, go ahead and join our Facebook group. I'll get you all the instructions. Ask for help. Reach out to me. Ask for help. And then we have a whole support team as well behind the scenes that'll be here to help you as well. But myself and the team behind me are really going to be here to make sure that we get you all you need to be able to jump into your local market with this reviews as an offer and help local businesses get what they want. They want a solid reputation. They want to make their customers happy. They want their happy customers to think great things about them, and they want to attract new customers. And that's our goal here, is to help you help them attract new customers. I'm going to share a little bit about my experience throughout the training when it comes to some sales, some training, implementation, as well as some networking. If you want to go door to door, a few things you could do to do so. If you want to do some events, I'll be kind of, sharing all of my experience throughout the training, so that way you can, determine what's going to be good for you. And that's the key thing. What's going to be good for you, your market, and your situation. There's a handful of people that joined this challenge in the beginning. They're managing a full-time job. They're managing a career. This is something they want to do in addition to their regular 9 to 5, or they're getting ready to leave their 9 to 5 and they want to do this software as a service offering full-time. So there's a whole bunch of different ways you can go about this. The great news is you're at the right place with the right group of people. And our 5-day reviews challenge mission is real simple. We want to empower people like yourself, marketers at all levels, with reviews. And we want you to use HighLevel to serve those small to medium-sized businesses in your area. And it really comes down to knowing how to use the software, and then knowing how to share how to use it to your potential customers, and them just making the leap and investing in it, right? Getting started with you. And we're going to do so these next 5 days by educating you how HighLevel can improve your operations for you and your clients. So, the great part about this challenge is not only are you going to learn how to help small to medium-sized businesses in your area, you're going to also learn how to run your small to medium-sized business with HighLevel at no matter what level you're at now, whether you're a beginner, you've been doing it for some time, or you're an expert. You're going to be able to use this to complement your current level in the game. And along this week, I'll be here to support you. There's a handful of other experts in our ecosystem that'll be here to support you. And we're going to be focusing on one offer. And that one offer is reviews. And as you evolve in this SaaS journey, you'll learn about other offers that we have. And then you'll be able to add on those offers to your stack, because you launched your first offer and you know what to expect, and you know how to help your customers adopt these different offers as you go. So, our biggest thing here is really to learn how to stick to one thing, do it really, really well. If you could stick to offering reviews as a service and do it really, really well with your first 5 clients, your next 5, your next 5, and before you know, you have your first 20, well, you're on the right path. And that's magical, because as you learn more about what HighLevel could do for you and for your customers, it just gets more exciting. And I'll walk you through a few things that we have in HighLevel. If you're brand new here, this stuff will really open up your eyes with the potential. And if you've been around, you already know there's a lot of updates and a lot of different strategies. So you being open-minded and open ears, it's going to get you a long way these next 5 days as well. So for those that are familiar with HighLevel or just don't know everything about it because they're brand new, I want to share a little bit of some facts about HighLevel. So when HighLevel got started, it was developed for marketers to serve small to medium-sized businesses, right? And it had both people in mind, right? Marketers typically have their own small to medium-sized business, and then we take that and shift it to teach marketers how to serve their small to medium-sized businesses using the software. We serve about 60,000 digital citizens, and we have a span of over 1.4 million small to medium-sized businesses that we serve through our customers, our marketers, freelancers, agencies. So, we take pride in being behind the scenes. And although some people may know about us or learn about us, we still put our marketers first and forefront and giving them everything they need to serve their customer base and their local market. I want you to keep one word in mind, and it's real powerful, and you'll hear it often, because this is becoming the secret ingredient that's not so secret anymore, and that's being hyper-local. Being hyper-local gives you such an advantage over a large company that has an unlimited marketing budget, right? I just want you to think about this. There are many companies that offer many marketing services that are prepackaged differently. What sets you apart, what gives you the cutting edge, is that you're hyper-local. No matter where you are in the country, you being that local is important. And people trust you more because there's a face or someone that understands their area, right? And when you take that hyper-local mindset and approach and you add HighLevel to it, you're really able to treat HighLevel as an operating system for small to medium-sized businesses. And as a business owner, the core, the core goal here for them is to get new leads, right? Keep them coming in, keep getting referrals from them, and then obviously doing business. And that's where our capture, nurture, and close strategy came into place. And it's what we live and breathe by every day internally at HighLevel, but also with our marketers. We always help them capture, nurture, and close, whether it's for themselves or their customers. So if you haven't yet set up your trial, this is probably the best time right now. And I'll get you the link there shortly. It'll be below it in the comments, but you're going to need the trial to follow along with me. I mean, really the best part about what we do at HighLevel with these live sessions is that you can have one screen with me and hearing me, and then the other screen with the software up and running. And that's the best part of it. So if you haven't set up the trial, set it up now, because this would be a good time to get that up and running. Now, as we get into the actual HighLevel platform, there are hundreds of features, and it's important to understand the overall strategy. The overall strategy is capture, nurture, close, right? Whether people are visiting a website, they're texting, they're going to a web chat, they're going through social media, HighLevel is designed to help your customers get that information into their CRM, into their system, into their phone, right? Into that communication conversation portal. Because if it's not there, then nothing else can happen. So capture starts the conversation, right? And then nurturing has everything to do with the way we communicate with our customers. And HighLevel has hundreds of features on this as well. That nurture part, whether it's Zoom video recordings, whether it's calendars, blogging, workflow automations, mobile snippets. There's so many ways for you and your customers to stay in communication to keep that conversation going. And the conversation going is what builds the relationship. And today, more than ever, relationships are everything. People will leave who and what they're doing business with to go to someone that they know, like, and trust just a bit more better, even if the price is higher, right? So that nurturing of that conversation evolves very quickly. And then the close portion of what HighLevel does has everything to do with the online scheduling, the payment and invoicing, proposals and estimates, and then obviously the payments, right? Text to pay, QR code to pay, right? Just accepting payments. I mean, that's what businesses run on is the revenue. I mean, I have not met yet a business owner that just fuels their business off of hopes, right? Like, you need the revenue, you need the customers coming in, and you'll be able to offer all of the close portion of HighLevel to your customers. I mean, think about this, whether it's a new landscaper getting started and they're not techie, right? Giving them one or two of the options within HighLevel to do what they do with their hands, right, physically, and then making it easy for their customers to pay digitally is so powerful. I mean, if you have a customer that's bringing in a couple $100s a day through your platform, they look at your platform as their necessity tool. Like, they live and die by it because it's bringing them money and it's growing their business. So we're going to show you throughout the 5 days how these different features and components complement the reviews as an offer that is your core offer. But you'll notice really quickly that, everything within HighLevel is AI powered. So there'll be recommendations, strategies, different ways to make it more creative. And it handles the sales and the marketing component that people sometimes piece together with different services that maybe can range from $20 for the service to $200 for the service. And the real nice part about all of this, and this is the take home, is that you white label it, right? So what we put together here with you in this training, you can give it your own name to your platform. You can give it your own name to how you position it in the marketplace, and it's all yours. And although you may know about HighLevel and the communities you're a part of may know about HighLevel, there are still a lot of people out there that do not know anything about who HighLevel is and what it offers. And the addressable market for what you're about to offer is big, right? And I think the biggest part for you to realize is, how can I be creative with what I'm offering to help small to medium-sized businesses be creative in how they position themselves in the marketplace, right? So if you like what you see, if you're excited about the features, the benefits, what this does, go ahead and let me know in the comments. This is, I want to just give you a little bit of a foundation of what we're going to jump into, because a lot of people will go through this training and never set up a trial. They'll never have an account. And just reading and reviewing this is so exciting, but I want you to take action. And that's going to be the biggest part here, is the implementation of everything you learn on the live and then in our membership university training that we'll go over as well shortly, right? So here's the link to get your trial. Now, typically when you go to gohighlevel.com, it's a 14-day trial. We've made a specific link for you to get a 30-day trial. So go to this link and click on there, and you'll be able to get your 30-day trial. It's 30 consecutive days. At the end of the 30 days, if you want to stay, we obviously hope you stay, right? Because by then you understand the concept of HighLevel. You have maybe some potential clients in the making. Maybe you got your first 5 customers already. This service should pay for itself as long as you put in the work, right? This HighLevel is not going to do it for you. You have to do it with it, right? So keep that in mind. This will take a handful of effort, and results will vary based on your tech experience, based on how you leverage the resources, and based on where you're located in the world and the relationships you either start or you have already. For our existing customers, there's nothing else further for you to do, right? You already have an account with this, so there's no need to create another trial. For our existing customers, I do want to make sure that you have access to the university. So in the agency section, go to the university tab on the bottom left and make sure that you see the 5-day reviews challenge membership course, because you'll need that to set everything up that you may have not set up already and to follow along through the rest of the training. So our journey together starts today, right? It starts today and it ends Friday. And what I want you to know is that we've put a complete daily course agenda together for you with the online version of the training. There'll be replays of this live version available. If you could attend it, great. We ask that you engage in the comments below so we can get a temperature check of maybe what you have a question about, or your intake, your feedback, your insight, right? We welcome it. That techie and fulfillment. So there's a lot to say about a community. And if you haven't really been part of a community of a software or a group or some sort of initiative, you're missing out. And here's the good news. You no longer get to miss out because you're part of this one now. And we're going to give you that experience that you've been missing out on, right? So, as we go in this 5-day reviews challenge, I want to just put it out there. Like, our goal, right, individually, is to get our first paying customer. Like this should almost keep you up at night a little bit, right? The challenge is in your hands now. We're going to unpack how the software works. We're going to unpack what you need to do with it. We're going to unpack the offer. We're going to unpack the strategy. We're going to give you a bunch of like-minded professionals like yourself in one private Facebook group. You really have to take the initiative and start to send out your messages, make your phone calls, send out your text messages, really tap in to your maybe closest friends that own a business and start to build some excitement around what you're learning, right? Start seeing where they're at in their business journey, because before you know it, we get to like day 2, day 3, you should be ready to now reach out to them. Hey, so-and-so, I'm super excited. You have no idea what I've been learning the last 3 days. I'd love to chat with you about it, show you how it works. I know you're doing a lot of great things with so-and-so business. You're going to love what you see when I show it to you, right? And everyone's got different relationships, different ways of expressing themselves, but you get my point. You should have a good 4 or 5 people that you can either beta this with or that'll support you by paying you to helping them get results. So the challenge has started. We're live right now. Will you get your first paying customer and not give up? That's my question to you, right? Because it's going to get hard. This is not easy. This is not like a turn switch. Tomorrow you have your first paying customer without doing anything. Absolutely not, right? And we've seen that those who are not super salesy or super techie end up getting their first few customers in the first couple of weeks because they don't know what they don't know, but they never gave up. They're curious. They're asking questions. They're showcasing. They're demoing. They're taking a new level of controlling their destiny using HighLevel. And I hope you do the same. So let's get to it here. Our day 1 through day 5 are all mapped out already. And we're gonna give it to y'all. We're gonna give it to y'all. So today we're gonna go over understanding the offer, the business opportunity, right? That'll take up, an hour, hour and a half of our live session. And then you're gonna go into our membership section within HighLevel. You're gonna click on the university tab, and I'll walk you through how to get there, but you're gonna do the day 1 module of the training. You're going to do the actual day 1 module. You're going to mark it complete. And then you're going to jump right into day 2. And day 2 is the setup. Now, the ask is that you do your day 2. So when we go into day 2 tomorrow, your system is set up as much as it can be. Now, you may not be able to get everything done in one day. We understand. But I at least want you to say, hey, John, I need to get help with these 4 things, right? Not all of them. Just these 4 or 5 things I had trouble with. If you don't get your hands in it, you're not going to know where you're at or what you need assistance with, right? Day 3, we're going to go over prospecting and sales training, right? Pretty much how to position this offer. And then whether you're an experienced salesperson or inexperienced or just you're not really a fan of sales, we're going to give you some best practices that you could still use without feeling super uncomfortable, right? And you'll be able to put these strategies into play organically. So people then say, hey, what do you do now? Or, hey, what is this about that I keep seeing you post about or talk about? Or I heard from so-and-so that you're doing this now. So we want to create curiosity, right? And as you create curiosity, you just need to know what to do next, right? So that'll lead us right into fulfillment. As you create curiosity, you start to sign up your first few beta customers, your first few paying customers. Now you have to fulfill on it. You gotta get their account up and running. And we'll show you exactly how to do that. And then the last day, day 5, Friday, is retention and ascension, right? How do we keep the customers happy? How do we keep them understanding the benefit and the value? And then how do we grow them to do and want more, right? Because everyone comes in with the first offer, which is the reviews, but you already know by now that HighLevel has hundreds of other offers. So we want to position our clients, our new customers, on how they can leverage these other features within HighLevel together, right? Everything that in HighLevel can talk to each other as long as you want it to. So this is an exciting part, especially for someone that owns a business that just needs a little bit more help. They need some more customers coming in. They need more awareness. And they're tired of spending hundreds of dollars for one product that doesn't do the job, and then another product to replace it. And now they have 3 products that work, but it's like $700 a month. You're going to be able to offer an all-in-one marketing and sales solution at the price point you desire, right? At the price point you desire that fits your local market, because you being hyper local, you're the expert in your area, you'll be able to help them grow their business with your white label version of HighLevel, right? So if you have any questions about what I'm going over now, right, go ahead and throw them below. I want you to feel super comfortable with engaging, asking questions, sharing your opinion, sharing feedback, sharing your thoughts, because this is how we start to cultivate that community. And everybody in the comments here will receive an invite to our private Facebook group for this challenge. And that way you guys can continue the conversation as we go. So throughout this journey of what we're going to do the next 5 days, if you find that you're having a hard time with setting up your platform, setting up your features, setting up your phone, your email system, any of these more detailed required parts, I want you to go to this website link. I want you to get the help you need right away. We have hundreds of support representatives. I call them superhumans because they're very smart, that will be available to help you Monday through Friday, 24/7, right? No matter what time zone you're in, they're there to help you. And I believe it's important for you to know this because we do have people that spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure out one feature, one solution, when they can easily go to this link and get the help right away, right? Look at this as like for my video gamers back in the day. If you remember Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, like the cheat codes were big, right? Look at this as like your cheat code, right? Your pro tip, right? Look at this as your get past this fast assist. So important because we don't want you to get stuck in one area and then give up on it. We want you to get the result and the solution you need right away, right? So let me run down here a couple of our recommendations of how our challengers that participated, with us on these challenges are successful. Typically, they'll attend the live sessions that are every day, Monday through Friday for this week, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. They'll do their best to either jump on the YouTube, on Facebook, leave it in the background and listen to it, or they'll set a time aside to run through it, whether it's at normal speed or 1.5 speed. Right? You do what best works for you, but don't leave the information unattended. Next, they'll go ahead and jump on our Facebook group. And in our Facebook group, they'll join the community and then they'll see other questions that other people have. That Facebook community is a 5-day reviews challenge. We'll get you the link below in the comments as well. But you have to be part of the challenge. You have to have your trial account and you have to be registered for the challenge to be admitted in. If you have not yet registered for the challenge, we'll get you in on the next batch, but definitely it's something not to let go by. This group is powerful and very helpful. And typically after someone takes a challenge, they keep consuming training and best practices, and they'll end up going to like gohighlevel.com/events and seeing what other upcoming events we have going on. One thing, if you're new to HighLevel, we always have trainings happening, workshops, spotlights, different ways of really training your brain specifically to how HighLevel can help you and how you can leverage HighLevel to help your customers. So you'll be able to jump in there. This is the blueprint, right? Attend the live sessions, participate in the trainings in the membership course, and interact with others. You can't go wrong, right? In our Facebook group, I jump in there. We have a handful of amazing moderators in there. We have our co-founders that are in there. We have our veteran staff members that are in there. It's all hands on deck. So although everyone may not respond to your question at the same time, there are eyeballs on it, and we're working behind the scenes to get you the right answer or to get you escalated to get you to the right solution that you need. So please feel comfortable and excited to participate in that group. The replays are key. We have the replays on YouTube, and we'll also send you a replays link. So if you're part of any of our Facebook groups, you'll see those replays right up top. And again, we have a customer success link here that'll save you the time and headache of figuring this out when you're stumped. Save this link. You may see the same support rep twice in a day. You may see them once and never again, right? We have that many people here to help you Monday through Friday, 24 hours a day, right? So our chats are on fire, and I appreciate everyone that's participating, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. In doing so, please continue to share your feedback, continue to share your excitement, continue to ask questions, get support as you need. We're going to be pulling a winner tomorrow for today's participation engagement. Again, really the rules here is this. Keep it to be, feedback, questions, help one another, and just engage, right? We want to make sure that we have an organic, fun environment where people are learning as they're consuming this. So, and if you haven't yet been to our swag store, if you win, you'll get a voucher to the swag store. So you could go ahead and purchase one of your favorite swag items from there. And if you have not yet made a purchase or checked it out, you should check it out. We got some nice gear in there for you of all kinds. So if you're ready to get into day one, let me know you're ready, right? Let me know you're ready. I'm super excited about this because anytime we get a whole bunch of new people here in the thousands that get started with the 5-day challenge, it just shows that there's not enough people that know about this, right? There's always new people that are ready to learn, ready to grow, ready to open up the challenge and really take their business or themselves to the next level. So welcome to all of our new challengers that have jumped in. If you're tuning in from a previous challenge, thank you for tuning in. Definitely feel free to give anyone here a hand as they ask questions. But let's get into the offer. Let's get into the opportunity. Let's get into what could this do for me, right? So the reviews as an offer has everything to do with reviews and ratings, and that is the new word of mouth. Whether you purchase on Amazon, whether you go on vacation and you buy a trip excursion from Viacom or from TripAdvisor or Expedia, wherever you go, reviews and ratings is the KPI, the barometer of if we buy or if we don't. That's just what it is. And if you don't look at reviews at all when making a purchase, please let me know below, right? Because I would like to know, then how do you do your research? Maybe you're the type you do a little bit more extensive research by looking at their website and looking at other parts. There are customers that are out there that do that. Not everybody uses reviews, but a majority do, right? And business owners and e-commerce stores and retail stores and health and wellness professionals of all types of industries know that reviews are important. It's equal to word of mouth. And what I'm going to show you in this reviews as an offer will be the website that we give you to position the offer. And also, we'll be going over the operating cost and the public offer. So we have a good amount to unpack today. We're just getting warmed up, but I just need you to know that you have to get yourself in a mindset. And the mindset is, okay, I'm in my local area, right? My kids go to the school here. I shop here locally. I'm familiar with the different organizations and stores or main street, side street shopping plazas, right? You have to really put yourself in a consumer mindset on some of these different businesses that you want to make a list of to at least do business with and help them get new reviews. And when you look at it from a potential customer's perspective, you start to see things that maybe they don't. Like, for example, if you were to perhaps go to a chiropractor for a medical adjustment, right? And there's 10 chiropractors, right? How do you choose your chiropractor, right? Maybe you look at the reviews. Maybe you look at the proximity of how far it is from where you work or where you live and the reviews. Maybe you look at the services they offer and how they align with what else you want to do, right? And as you start to look at this, you start to understand that customer journey, that patient journey. And those two words, whether it's customer or patient journey, is how a business plans to serve their customer or their potential patient, right? There's a process they have. Well, we're going to teach you your process to help them, but more importantly, we just want you to put yourself in the shoes of the customer, right? So let's get into the business opportunity here. First and foremost, we created this challenge to bring awareness around reviews and ratings. A lot of people still don't believe it's important. A lot of people believe it's super important. But we figured that if we can help marketers in our community, as well as those that want to get into marketing as a career, that if we can help them make a difference in their area with a local footprint and help a small to medium-sized business get better reviews and ratings, the outcome of that would be very rewarding. Very rewarding. You help a customer that's a small business get reviews, and they call you up and say, oh, man, we got 5 new customers. Thank you, but we got 5 new reviews. And these people keep talking about the reviews. Like, that feels good. And getting paid for your time and efforts and feeling great is an amazing combination, right? And what you'll learn here is what you'll use elsewhere. See, that's the best part about all this, that whether you continue on this journey or not, you're that much more better than you were before. And whether it's, you're a coach or you're a consultant, you're an advisor, you're an expert in a specific industry, but have the digital knowledge, you get to bring the gap filled with what we're about to go over with you, right? So everything you learn here, knowledge and action, will allow you to, one, launch your reviews as a service software business, but you'll also have information that you could share with businesses and others in your industry or field to help them help their customers. And the ultimately driving factor of all this is helping your customers get more referrals and more business, and that impacts the bottom line, right? So I want you to look at the business opportunity being like, I'm going to offer my service and time to help others get more customers with a software feature that pretty much does everything for you as long as you set it up. And then I can spend time with earning their trust and getting more people that they refer my way, right? That's the start. Where, before, people would have to like do manual marketing. They have to, design flyers, design websites, and those are all great things to offer, and they all take amazing skills. But the reviews as an offer is more of a plug and play, right? Plug it in, set it all up, and let it do its job, right? And what's really important to understand here with the reviews as an offer is that, for the perception of the prospect, the feature or the tool, they're not really concerned about. They want the result, right? They want the result of the tool. They're not buying the drill. They're buying the hole that the drill puts in, right? They're buying the end result. So for the prospect, for your potential customer, I'm going to get more reviews. I'm going to get more positive ratings. Sign me up, right? That's what they want. They want more reviews and ratings because that's going to get them more eyeballs on their Facebook, on their Google, on their business. For other marketers, right, whether you're new or you've been around, it's the reputation management feature. This is the drill. The reputation management feature is the drill. The reviews and ratings and the positive flow that they come in is the whole, right? So combine both, and it gives a clear understanding of what you're positioning here, right? There are people that can do this on their own, but there's a lot that don't want to do it. And that's where you come in as the expert. So if that excites you or that helps you understand what you're about to jump into, let me know below. And if you have questions around this, jot them down. That's why we're here. That's why we do this live, right? We want to know where you want clarification, right? So as we get into the capture, nurture, and close, like you're going to see this over and over. And this should be part of your talk track to your customers, to your business owners, and any responsible business owner, whether they know it by capture, they know they need to collect information from their potential customers. They know they need to get that information. Whether it's nurture, you say it, or they recognize it as nurture, they need to stay in contact. They need to have good conversations. They need to stay top of mind in front of their customers. And obviously close, that's maybe, the cha-ching, right? They want to do business with them. They want them to make a purchase. They want them to, take advantage of a service, pay for the service of the product, right? And when we set up HighLevel with your white label brand, and we set up the reviews as an offer, what you end up eventually doing here is enabling the business owner to not worry about the manual stress and strategy of doing this, right? So, if you're a landscaper, or you're a plumber, or you own a gym, right? You have a lot of traffic going on in your business. You have a lot of areas and things you need to attend for. The last thing you're thinking about is asking for reviews, right? And that's what we automate it. You'll be automating that portion of it. And that gives time back in the day of the business owner. That lets them not worry about that. Like the less they have on their plate, the more that they shift their attention to what matters to them the most. And what we're doing is we're making it easy to ask for those reviews and ratings. See, we want to work with businesses that have customers, right? That's first and foremost. We want to work with businesses that have customers. So you have to pick those businesses that have good traffic, right? Whether it's a retail store, service business, fitness center, health and wellness, right? As long as they have those customers purchasing already, those are the people that we're going to be asking them to leave reviews in a swift, easy way. And we do that by doing it via email and SMS, or offering call to actions with QR codes, or areas on our website where the customer can, make it easy for someone to leave a review on their website, right? And all of this is designed so the customer, your customer, sees results. So I want to fast track here and say, like, you get your customer started, they get 1 review, they're happy. They get 5 reviews, they start believing. They get 10 reviews. Wow, I should have done this sooner. They get 25 reviews. What else do you have to help me out? What are you doing? How are you doing it? How come this is finally happening now and not before? Right? Like, they start to get a better sense of belief and interest in the process. And now you get to evolve with them, right? And the real nice part about with HighLevel, and I had mentioned it before, was that our reviews as an offer also is powered by AI. So as we're getting these reviews that come in for our customers, we're able to gather the sentiment, right? What kind of reviews are being left? We're able to gather the ratings and calculate it. What's the average? What do we need to look out for? But most importantly, we're able to respond to those reviews on behalf of our customer. And what I mean by that is I don't mean that you get to respond for them. I mean that the AI responds for you and for them, right? And that's powerful because as you start to scale your business, you start to make more relationships, you start to bring in more referrals. Well, you can't pull the levers and push the buttons for all of your customers. So we specifically designed HighLevel to do that for you. And that should be exciting. And if you've never experienced that before, let me know in the comments, right? Because a lot of softwares out there claim to offer this type of approach, but we definitely do it. And we have ways that we show you how we do it and set it up and make it easy to do it for you. And you do it for yourself, right? And that's why as you start to really understand what HighLevel does and the features, and then your customers, you know what you need to turn on and what buttons you need to press to keep it going, right? And overall, as we're helping customers get reviews, we're responding to reviews, we're checking the sentiment, we're notifying, we're making it easy to stay engaged, we're helping small businesses rank, hire, and attract new customers. And because the amount of positive reviews that a small business gets in their area matters, right? If you've shopped or you've made a purchase, like, you've had to have look at reviews. And if you didn't, you're a small group that doesn't. But a lot of people look at reviews, and whether it's because they do it on purpose or subconsciously, or just happens naturally, reviews is the new word of mouth visually. And although there are video reviews and audio reviews and testimonials, there's nothing like looking at a Google business profile with 1,000 reviews and saying, wow, these people really talk nice about this place. So be excited. That's what you're going to offer your customers, an easy way to build up their local reputation. And as we do this, right, you get to name your price, right? You get to package your service in a way that it's worth it to you and valuable to your customer. And you get to, as we go into the training, you'll be able to ascend and grow from whether it might be like a starter package or some sort of mid-tier package to a bigger package, right? And again, customers just want the end result. What is it you're going to do for me? And how does it work, right? And what can I expect? And we're going to help you articulate that. So the reviews and reputation for you internally is available on all the plans. So whether you signed up for the $97 plan, the $297 plan, or the $497 plan, you have access to the reviews and reputation feature, right? You will need to activate, if you have not yet, your LC phone, your lead connector phone, and your lead connector email, because that's how we're going to send out the requests. And how to do that is in day 2 of our training in our membership course, right? If you use the SMS and the email, there will be additional charges. Those are clearly set in those sections of HighLevel under the LC phone and the LC email. If you're using Twilio or Mailgun directly, you'll need to look at those pricings within those respective services. And they're small fees, right? But it's the cost of doing business. Most people that sell this service, they're selling it for $97, $197, and more, right? So depending on your market, your customers, your industry, your expertise, you name your price to be worth your time, but also to make a profit. So as I mentioned before, we're walking into what we call our gateway offer, right? And this is what we recommend. We recommend that you start with some sort of setup fee because it will take time, right? It will take time. And you don't have to do a setup fee, but a setup fee really gives you some additional leverage where if you want to make an offer to cut that in half, or you want to use that as a filtering system to see who's serious about getting started, you have that as an option. But you have your setup fee at $197, and then you have your first month fee at $197, right? So initially, like, let's just say, I sign you up today, you'll pay the $197 setup fee, and then you'll pay your first month today as well. So you'll pay me today $394, right? And then each month, whether today's date, it'll be a recurring fee on this date every month, right? On this date every month. And if the month falls on a 30th or a 31st, it's one day, either the same day or a day later. But it's within. So today you're going to get started. It's a setup fee of $197, and then each month it's $197. Today you'll pay your setup fee in your first month for $394. You could use debit card, credit card, or I can send you an invoice, or you could Zelle, whatever you prefer, right? Wherever you're at in the world, however you accept payments. And you should expect that your account will set up an onboarding call, and your account will be up and running within 72 hours, and we'll get right to work, right? And the most important part out of all this is we need your customer list. We need to put your customer list in. We need to connect your social media profiles. We need to connect your Google business profile, so on and so forth. And you're on to the races, right? If you have any questions about the pricing, if you have any questions about the positioning, jot them down below. Go ahead and jot them down. If you're offering this in addition to what you're offering now, maybe you offer paid ad management. Maybe you offer some sort of local magazine service. Let's say you're a business consultant or an advisor, and you give you provide helpful information and strategies, and you're going to incorporate now this software component to your business. Well, you get to determine the pricing on it. And there's a lot of flexibility. And I think, starting with the reviews as an offer is a great way to start, because most of the people that you work with already have customers. And it really is just a matter of, taking the cup of customers and putting it on top of HighLevel with your white label brand on it and letting the machine do its thing, ask for reviews. And as those reviews trickle in, customers start to believe in it more and more and more, right? Awesome. So we'll continue on here. I want to get a little bit into the demand of reputation management. Businesses need this because we're in a saturated market in many industries, right? As fast as the market's growing, competition is growing within a variety of industries, within a small mile radius of any town or any county. There are many businesses alike looking for the same result, which is customers to take on their services. And the customers that stand out are typically the ones with great reviews, great ratings, and great word of mouth, whether it's on social media or just speaking amongst friends through chat, text, or in person. And there's a universal value to reviews, right? Most businesses understand that reviews are critical, and customers understand that it's critical to the businesses, and they'll leverage that. I mean, customers will leverage that in asking for a better price. They'll leverage that with asking, "Oh, could you fit me in? I know you're busy." Like, reviews tells a story that not everyone quite gets yet, which is there's a demand for what we offer, right? If I'm a hair salon, if I'm a barber, if I'm a car detailing place, and I got hundreds of reviews, well, I got hundreds of customers and people value me. And if my price is just a little higher than a couple of the others in the area, well, I've almost earned that right already without even saying it out loud. That look at our reviews. You're going to get great service from us. We have people that already share that, right? And the most important part here is people people will doubt the value of reviews if they've never tried it, or they'll doubt the value of it if they don't have a good product. Because the fear is, what if I get bad reviews? Well, what if I don't, what if somebody wants to complain? Well, that's going to happen no matter what, right? Somebody wants to complain, you make them upset, or your company or your staff doesn't do a good job, people will find a way to let others know. So, for those business owners that you come across that have a little bit of a limiting belief around, I don't know if this is the right fit for me, well, just help them understand that it's whether you do it proactively or you do it reactively. You're going to have to handle the response that you get from customers. I say go proactive, because you could guide people that want to share great things about you before reacting to those that say bad things about you. And if you have a system in place to handle this, it just makes everything much more easier. But more importantly, you get a full view. You get a full view of what is being said out there about your business, and it gives you an opportunity to make changes, right? Whether you're a restaurant, a barber, chiropractor, physical therapist, plumber, home service business, we all make mistakes and we all have room for improvement. So having a visibility over it makes a big difference for all. And as you start to do this, you start to offer this service, you start to learn more, more, and more. And the real nice part about what we do with this challenge is that you're really going to be able to unlock what you may didn't know existed. And that's the creativity and the excitement of helping people really get the nicest things said about them publicly. And we're going to give you a full, toolkit to do so. So, we've equipped in our membership course area, resources that help you promote the business, help you, manage your pipeline of prospective customers, help you nurture relationships and conversations. And it's really designed to be everything you need to get started, right? And we'll go over that in the next coming days as you start to see all this stuff put into play. But we really put a lot of time into giving you the necessities, right? I want you to look at it like, if I'm opening up a business, what are a few things that I need? Well, we covered a lot of that for this type of offer, right? And what's really nice is as you go along this training like you're doing now, we're going to be sharing some tested and refined scripts, some templates, strategies, so that way you can put them into effect in your style, in your area, that match your potential customers. And it really comes down to getting that conversation into a conversion, right? Without a conversation, nothing happens. Today, more than ever, conversation starts the sales cycle. And as you start to learn and implement and practice and get customers from this, you start to build a strong foundation, and you start to grow, and you start to tweak and modify and add on new tools to your strategy. And you start to create these case studies from customers that speak on your behalf. I mean, you start to pretty much eat your own dog food and say, oh my gosh, people are talking about me. They're sharing reviews about what I'm doing for them while they're getting it done for them as well, right? And that just builds the confidence. And that's why a challenge like this is great, because it builds the confidence and gives you the structure you need to get past step by step by step, right? And we've seen in our community, folks that have started business models through offering reputation and reviews. We have a gentleman, James Bonad. He's been at several of our events. He's got a YouTube channel that speaks about reputation management. He's been in the business for some time, and he didn't start, high level out of nowhere. He used to be a school teacher, went through those ranks in the education space and said, enough is enough. I want to do my own thing, and got into, offering training and marketing services, and has expanded from there. And reputation and reviews has been a big part of his business model. So if you haven't yet, you can check him out on YouTube. But more than anything, there are a handful of companies doing hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in this space now that you're in. The space that you're about to jump in, there are companies like Bird Eye, Podium, Reputation.com that have scaled to multi-million dollar enterprises by just helping people get more reviews and manage their reputation. And what you're about to do in your local markets is disrupt what the big companies want to do at scale. And you may be asking, well, how's that even possible, John? How am I going to work against or compete against companies that have unlimited marketing budgets? Thought you never ask. It's being hyper local. It's leveraging relationships. It's understanding your type of customers in your area and helping them bring the reality of getting better reputation to life. And a lot of, customers of these bigger companies, they find out about them because they're educating themselves aggressively on reviews, or they have an emergency where they got a bunch of bad reviews. Well, as you start seeding in your areas, as you're learning this and understanding it, you can start to just maybe bring on the first 5 customers, and you'll notice real quickly that it'll expand very fast to other people referring others to you. So don't think about competing against big companies in order to be successful. Really, you're competing against yourself to challenge your mind to overcome the limiting belief of committing to this, doing it well, doing it great, and becoming an expert by never giving up with learning, practicing, and implementing. You are your biggest competitor in this particular space, and HighLevel is just going to give you the tools to help people beat their competitors with reviews and reputation that you help them collect seamlessly, right? So as we go through this here, you're going to have to remember here real often and real frequently that it's a mindset. This is all a mindset, right? Day one, it's a breeze, right? This is the introduction. I'm just getting you familiar with what we're about to do here. But what you go into day 2 with setting up your system might be a little challenging if you're not super techie. Might be a little challenging if you're balancing a family, a job, and some outside of work commitments, right? But you have to make time and you have to stay focused, right? So we ask that you stay focused at all times. You do your best with your reminders, with the moments you have. Commit at least an hour, hour and a half to get the work done, particular to this challenge, and you'll see the result time over time. And as you embrace the challenge and understand a little bit more each day that you're really helping people attract more customers by showcasing the amazing things they do, it becomes fulfilling and fun at the same time while you're bringing in your first set of paying customers. Because most people don't even have a Google business profile if they're a brand new business. Most people that are already on Google, they believe they already made it. They believe that they got their fullest potential already. But what you're going to offer to your local market or to those in the groups that you participate in is helping them overcome that limiting belief that they've already did as much as they could, because there's so much more that is untapped. And as you start to do this, you're going to build something more meaningful and you're going to feel good about it, right? So I want you to imagine, here, one month in, you got 10 customers. I call them business owner friends. You got 10 customers, they're paying you, they're sharing strategies, they're sharing wins, and then they say, hey, I'm going to put you in my group chat. And I want you to do a presentation for my networking group, or I want you to come to the office. I'm hosting a few friends over there. They could use what you offer, right? I want you to look at this as you having the tool to build the next steps for people that want to grow their business, right? You're not promising them customers. You're not committing to bringing them customers. You're working with customers that have established businesses or close to established businesses. They already have customers coming in, and you're just making it easy for their happy customers to share their feedback so they could attract new customers. And it sometimes it puzzles me, like, this is so easy. Why don't people do this more often? Like, why don't they just send their own text messages out, or why don't they just get a program to do it for them? Because people don't know what they don't know. People don't know what they don't know. People don't have time for things that they don't believe is worth it. Or people don't have time if they have a business that's not doing great, or if they have a business that's doing phenomenal. They don't have the time to get into the weeds. They need someone like you to just do it for them, set it up, and they'll see the result, and they'll pay. They'll pay the premium for it because it's bringing in customers. And as you start to do this, you start to create something special, something that you're proud of, right? Whether it's proud to share with your family. I mean, I've heard some great stories. People that have shared stories with me personally that, they came out of a hard part of their life and this helped them, right? People that have shared, like, they thought that they'd have to stick with one type of job because that's all they were qualified for. And they learned this, and it just took them to a whole new level of self-belief and opportunity. And I've also heard people that, were almost going to give up on just serving small to medium-sized businesses because their business model didn't fulfill them or their customers. It was a hamster wheel. So there's so much more great about this than you may know right now. But my commitment to you is for you to see the clues and the nuggets and what we offer to you these next 5 days. Because here, you follow my lead here, and you do the work, you implement it, you spend an hour a day playing with the system, you do some testing, you bring on some good relationships for some beta clients, and you're going to see really quick that this is not a hope. This is a get it done. It gets the job done. And that starts to build and leave your personal reputation at a new level. People start talking about you. That guy this, that gal that. She knows her stuff. He knows his stuff. Let me introduce you to them, right? So I want you to be excited about what you're about to create. And again, you took the first step already, right? You being here right now, whether it's live or on the replay, is a first big step. And we all know in history, the first few big steps can change the world, can change the outlook, can change the perception, and can change your life, right? So in no way am I saying this is your ticket to millions and millions of dollars. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I'm saying that results will vary, and the work you put in does not guarantee you to get the result that you hope for. But if you follow along and you conversate, you meet, you talk, you network within our group, you bring on a few clients as a beta, you bring on a few paid clients, you add this to your existing client base, you understand how it works, it will care for itself because you're using it. And now you can teach it to those that don't know how to use it. And that's so powerful because, right, customers want results. And the results you're sharing is, I will help you take your happy customers and make it easy for them to share their happy experiences to everybody where you want them to share it to. And if they don't share it the first time, I have a process in place that'll remind them gently and professionally the second, third, fifth, whatever times we need. My commitment to you is that my platform, my system will help you get your champions to share their story on your behalf, on your Google profile, your TripAdvisor, wherever it is, right? And that first step starts to feel great after it's done. So we went over a lot. We went over a handful of ways to get help. We went over, what you should expect from from a training perspective as well as an implementation. The question is, with what I've shared with you, are you ready? Are you ready to commit to this? Like, are you ready to either take your existing business and add this on as a new added value? Or are you looking to start this from scratch to really, like, challenge yourself and do something that you never thought you could do before, right? But if you're committed and ready to this, and the end result is recurring revenue, I want you to look at the end result like what you pay for a utility bill, like what you pay for a mortgage, what you pay for a rent bill, right? What you pay for gas, right? What you pay for groceries. There's a lot of these monthly expenses that we pay that are necessities. I want you to look at what you're about to offer as a necessity, right? As a necessity to a business that has customers coming in the door, right? And imagine if a business has 10 customers, 100 customers, or hundreds of customers coming in the door and they're not asking for reviews, how much money did they leave on the table? Imagine you have a business, a retail business, a pizza shop, whatever it is, and you get no reviews, right? Like there's something wrong. And it's either you can't be found, you don't exist on the internet, or you're not making it easy or asking for people to do so, right? So this challenge isn't just about learning, right? I don't want you to consume this and just leave it sitting around. Absolutely not. I want you to take what you're learning and I want you to implement it within your high-level trial or your paid account. And for those that have been a paid customer for some time, just pretend you're brand new. Like for this challenge, pretend you're brand new. And just follow along with what we've created, because I know you probably know a lot more than most, but just treat this like a brand new opportunity. And as you take that action, you're going to start to achieve the result, and the aha moments will start happening. Ah, I see what he's talking about. Oh, I understand now. And you start to feel great. So we've gone over like the technical part of this, the training part of this. I want to share a little bit about what we're going to offer you from a sales presentation tool. So, we have a handful of collaterals that once you set up your trial, right, you'll be able to go into the membership course of HighLevel, look for the 5-day reviews challenge. And on the very, very bottom, it's the collateral section, right? We've included some videos, some presentations, some sales scripts, some sales processes for you to implement. This stuff may be overwhelming to you, or it just might be added value, or you might say, I don't need it. I already have something like it, if not better. There'll be a different advantage to either one depending on your experience. But here's the thing. All of it will complement what you're learning here. And you have to look at it from like a customer facing perspective. So you may know all of this stuff, but your customers don't. And the best part about this is that you're teaching your customers how to do business with you and how their customers should be doing business with them. So we'll go over these collaterals in the next coming days. Get into there and see them for yourself. But there's a handful of things. In addition to that, we have our snapshot tutorials, positioning and selling, competitor analysis, handouts, right? Like these are the tools that are going to allow you to compete locally. And again, the add-ons, the collaterals are only one part. You still have to set up your high level. You still have to, understand how it works. You still have to meet and talk to people. Like everything works together in a collaborative way, right? And, the biggest thing here to realize is that the list goes on and on and on. The list goes on and on and on, right? From the workflows, the sales calendar, the new sale workflow, the onboarding pipeline, right? The sub account snapshots, the AI workflows. I mean, we've put a whole bunch of effort into giving you everything you need for this to work, from lead magnets to nurture emails and SMS, to your personal network outreach scripts, to your Canva presentations for your BNI meetings, your white label video, right? Your demo page, your sales call materials. Everything you need here is available. And then some things for your customers, the customer marketing, whether it's, everything's been done in Canva. So this is like really easy to edit and manage, but like your table 10 template, your sticker template, business card template, all of these items help you enable your customer to get the reviews seamlessly, right? And I believe, the biggest part here as we go through this is really understanding here is why so much, right? Like, why do I need all of this to really get a result? Well, you don't need all of it, but you need to understand what's available. And as you understand what's available, you start to understand what your customers know or what they don't know. And that's the big thing here, because you're going to learn really quickly that your customers are not as smart as you think they are. And it's not that they don't want to learn, it's just they're consumed, they're busy. And I think for you, as you start to really understand the value of what you're offering and how you offer it and how you package it, the customers that you work with, the prospective customers you work with, start to appreciate the process better. It's not random. It's not, oh, here are a bunch of things to do it yourself. It's, let's set this up, let it do its job. And because of that, the result will be fruitful, right? And you're giving them a way to really hold your company accountable, but also hold themselves accountable. It's a two-way accountability here, right? Because if they're getting bad reviews, well, we have to make some changes at the local level, at the business level. And if we're not getting enough reviews, well, then we need to make some changes on the software level and understand what they're doing at the business level, right? So you start to troubleshoot some of this stuff, and it's like, oh, I could use that for my next customer now, right? So if you like what you see so far, let me know. Let me know if you like what you see so far. We're going to go over a few things here. For those that may not truly understand the positioning of reputation management, this information here is what you'll start to teach your customers, right? Again, all different levels, and you may find that the person that pays you is not the person who uses this. The person who pays you might be the father or the mother, and the person that uses this, or that you work with, might be the son, daughter, sister, cousin, whatever the case may be. So you'll find that although you work with one person, you may need to educate a few, right? So here's what I want to share with you that you should be aware of. So as you start to have conversations around reputation management, you can have them in a way that almost everybody can understand. So for those that may not really understand the term reputation management, you may want to refer to it as reviews. They typically know what that means. But you want to make sure that you're sharing like what's part of it, right? Because sometimes when you say, I can help you get reviews, they're thinking in a negative way. They're thinking that you're going to help them, you're going to sell them reviews. They're thinking that you're going to help them get like their fake reviews. Like, people start thinking in the dark real quick. So you want to make sure that they understand that what you do is you help monitor their reputation online. And there's many places to people leave reviews. You want to help them understand that you'll be helping making that process easy to ask for reviews, and then responding to those reviews, which creates a perception of the business or brand online in a positive way, right? So if we can help make it easy for people to leave reviews, we can help people share their experiences and help others hear and see their experiences as well to become customers. And we do that by using HighLevel, and you'll be white labeling this. So whatever you want to call your platform, you can do so. So let's say you call it super reviews, right? Or super reputation, right? Whatever you decide to call it, that's what you'll refer to it as. But your platform helps keep track of it by connecting your social media profiles, your Google business profile, and your listings profiles to the platform, right? You help influence by engaging with customers, right? By responding to reviews to shape that public perception. So when people are looking at like two-way conversation, review comes in, and then your response for the review, it's like people are like eavesdropping. Oh, okay. Right? Like it's like the good old days where you would hear somebody talk about something like, oh, I got to try that too. Right? So we want that visual to be clear. And then maintaining is constantly working to uphold that positive reputation, right? So, helping your customers understand, maybe some changes they need to be making. How do they use the information to have a better business model, or what changes they need to be making, right? That all falls into the reputation management category here, right? And, why it's all important. And again, customers may say, well, why is this important? But you know why it's important. And here's what you need to remind yourself. Not everybody knows what you know, right? Not everybody knows what you know, and not everybody has the same opinion as you. So, the mistake I made when I started getting into the digital marketing world early on was that I assumed everyone knew what I knew and that they were just, egging me on, right? Like somebody would say, hey, John, why is this important? I'm like, you know why it's important. A lot of people don't know why it's important. A lot of people don't understand the benefit of it. They've never experienced or been exposed to this. So you got to just be patient, and you got to remember that, if someone's asking a question and they're willing to listen, they're worth every minute of your time. They are worth every minute of your time. And as you start to explain how the trust and credibility flows in, right, and how that plays a big part from a visual, and then how customers make decisions, right, reading online reviews before visiting a business, making deposits, making purchases, determining who to use versus who not to use, and that competitive advantage of, business could be the same price nearby, but one's got more reviews, I'm going with them instead, right? Like that's a real thing out here in the marketplace today, because again, it's a saturated market with a lot of people that do a lot of the same things. Standing out is a commodity. Standing out is important. And as you understand and you share this with your customers, and you share it in your tonality, like, all right, I think this is something I really, really need to do, right? So, the impact of online reviews, sometimes it's tangible and not tangible. And what I mean by that is, you can have a business with 1,000 reviews, and if it's not their main season, they're not going to see results maybe on their off season, right? So like, look at it as like a nice cafe in a shore town, and it's the winter, right? They can have thousands of reviews, but because the season is not aligned with their customers and the area, maybe they don't see anything all winter long, right? Maybe it's just a few locals, but they know this already in most cases. The benefit here is that when they get more reviews and they see more customers, newer faces, and they continue to get newer reviews, that's the tangible. And now that customer of yours says, I've been noticing a few things. And you could actually, if done right, if you set your customer up where they're using HighLevel for many different features, you could actually connect, like when someone visits their website, makes a purchase, and then leaves a review, right? Or someone submits a question or gets into their database and then makes a purchase or just leaves a review a few days later. Like, you'll be able to start mapping out the customer journey, right? And that's where we want to get you to. We want to get you to a point where your customer is using HighLevel for all their different components, from communicating to nurturing to making sales to collecting payments, right? And the danger of neglecting reviews is probably why you're in the conversation with them already. Maybe they have a few bad reviews. Maybe those reviews are affecting them. Maybe they don't have enough reviews and they came across another customer of yours that has reviews and they see that I could be doing that too, right? And, the reputation of a business ultimately is what people make a decision on, right? Perception is reality. So whether someone's going to drive 5 minutes or 50 minutes, they're going to do a little bit of due diligence to make sure that this is worth their time. And we know that with reviews, the strength is in the numbers. And it goes good and bad. The strength is in the numbers good because if you get a few bad reviews, well, those good reviews can push down the bad reviews. If you get a lot of bad reviews, well, the good thing is that you've identified a problem where you got to fix it, whether it's staff, process, quality, but you have to now balance and get more reviews to push down those reviews. And the reviews that you get in have to show progress, and they will if done right and you set it up. People will be able to see, oh wow, they went through a time where they got a bunch of bad reviews, but things must be great because they got a bunch of great reviews. I mean, that people are talking so much about this latte or about this breakfast that they offer, right? So, having the process is key to streamline and really make it easy to automate the asking and then the responding, right? And that's the impact of the online reviews is if you try to do this manually, it's just very, very time consuming and stressful, right? And overall, the story you start to share and the story that your potential customers start to piece together is the trust factor, right? Like they start to now say, oh, this place is really popular. No wonder people love it here. Everybody's talking about it, right? So now personal recommendations become you become part of that conversation. So like if you ever been to like a great restaurant, well, that restaurant's not paying you to always refer to them. You just have a great restaurant that you like to share with people. And that's so key because people want to make a positive impact in each other's lives. So they'll say, hey, you got to go to this place. They got the delicious this, their food's great. I mean, we did our party here and it was an amazing time. Right? Like that's just the organic human element of like sharing stories. So if you're asking for reviews and people are happy and they're sharing reviews, well, you become part of their storytelling of what they do on a day-to-day of their life, right? Whether it's eating, haircut, fitness, family, finances, whatever it is, right? And consistency wins. So you introduce this way of to your customers of, hey, like you need to do this because this is how your customers start to talk more about you. They make it very easy to share positive feedback, and this consistency starts to build momentum, and that momentum gives you a chance to respond to all these great reviews and take note because you can have a bunch of great reviews but have some recommendations in there. Like someone might say, I love this place, it's my favorite. I just wish they had creme brulee, or I wish they had this type of coffee, right? People will share these clues in there because the reviews are designed to like get it off your chest, good or bad. So take advantage of that getting off the chest that you're going to be getting from your customers, right? And we've seen a bunch of different scenarios. I mean, I've seen them personally myself, in my personal career working with small to medium-sized businesses. I've seen where there's a beloved local restaurant, and they're hurting. They're hurting because of a few bad mistakes that they made or their staff made, and they get a bunch of bad reviews. And the challenge that they go through is, man, we're getting a bunch of bad reviews, we're losing customers, and this is getting hard, right? And now, the owner starts asking for help, whether it's on a Facebook group or to a friend or to another a business owner that they look up to. And that business owner says, hey, you really need to do something like this. I do it. You should do it too. And as they take this advice, right, they start to get more positive reviews. They almost get like back on their feet. They fell hard. They scraped their shoulders and knees. Now they're back on their feet because they made an adjustment in how they do business and how they ask for reviews. And the ask is a big part of all this, friends. Like if you don't ask, you will not receive. If you don't ask, you will not receive. And if you agree with me, right? If you either ran a business, helped a business, or you won't leave a review for business unless you're asked to, like, I would like to know in the comments, like, how do you go about leaving reviews? Do you just go out of your way, or are you more of the type to respond to a request? Like anytime I get a survey, I fill it out because I don't know, I've just been used to it. So I enjoy sharing my feedback. And when I've shared a bad survey, I've gotten compensated. They tried to wow me, like, and that feels good too, because I know my voice is being heard by potential, by those that are running the business. So let me know how you respond to it. Do you go out of your way to leave reviews, or do you usually wait for you to be asked and then leave it in response? Right? And I've also seen where like you have a retail store and you probably have a small one in your area too. small family owned. Maybe they have, it's a clothing store, it's, a thrift store, whatever the case may be. But they're so small that they just lack an online presence, right? Like they started the business because they love truly what they do, what they create. And they didn't really think through the competition online that could affect them locally. And, they're putting themselves out there in a few reviews that are out there, whether it's from a competitor or whether it's just from someone who was upset. The few reviews they have are bad reviews, but they have great products. They have great clothing or great products, available. But because of those few negative reviews, it deters anyone from shopping with them. And, just look at it like this, like we're about to jump into the holidays in the States here real soon. Reviews really matter when people make online orders, when they go out of their way to wait online or put a deposit down. And I really want to make sure that, like, people like this, like that own small retail stores like this, like they know that there's hope out there to get more reviews, right? Because they just think it's only online, right? No, you could have your local customers leave you reviews by making it easy to do so, right? And the solution is, as they start to understand how to get people to leave reviews, they start seeing more reviews come in and more positive reviews start accumulating. And look, their store locally is more popular, more spoken about, more customers, more new faces. People from out of town are coming in. That's great. And that exists because you can't find everything online at its best version. You can't find everything online at its best version. Sometimes you just got to go in the store, touch it, feel it, and make sure it fits right or looks right, eye to eye, close up, right? And I've seen scenarios with reputation management that, you have the handyman, the, plumber, the HVAC, the electrician, the roofer, right? They're seeing so many different customers and they're taking deposits, and they have staff and staff leaves, and they're balancing everything on top of themselves. And maybe commitments get delayed, or maybe the service wasn't completed up to par or as expected. And unfortunately, one review comes in that's unfavorable. Then another review comes in that's unfavorable. And we start to build this pattern. And ultimately, because what contractors do is it's a bit high ticket, right? It's, a couple $1,000s and, long-term, process. Sometimes homeowners get a little skeptical. Like, do I give this person a deposit? How do I know they're going to complete the job right? They don't have a lot of reviews, and there's other places that offer, more reviews on their profile. Let's go with them, right? And I've seen it where the plumber, the heating contractor, they suffer, right? I've seen businesses go out of business because of the reviews, and typically, like now more than ever, it's a little bit more accessible for a business to implement. And I've seen people implement review platforms. I've seen people implement processes that attract new reviews, and they start to build upon their lack of. And reputation's key, and the results of a good reputation process is that if you're going to have a high ticket, whether it's solar, roofing, flooring, bathroom, renovation, trash removal, whatever it is, the pride that an operator has, or leader of that kind of business like that has, is saying, look, check out our reviews. Our reviews speak for itself, right? Our reviews, our customers love us. They talk about us. I even have a few you can call yourself if you want. Now, early on, we had some incidences with a previous manager. We had some inconsistencies, but we've passed that already. So more than happy to take you on as a customer. Check out our reviews, but also here are some references, right? Like you start to help them build a confidence path to overcome those objections. And if that's not enough to kind of like paint an example for you, well, then jot down an example that you'd like me to go a little bit more in depth on, right? If where you're located in the world, or where you're located, where you plan on working with people, maybe the industry that you want to serve, go ahead in the comments below. Let me know what what questions you have, or what scenarios or what types of businesses you'd like me to go a little bit more in depth on, been more than happy to do so. Right? But I want to shift a little bit here to e-commerce, because e-commerce is no longer your big online stores like eBay or Amazon. People are making their own e-commerce platforms. People are selling on their own websites, swag and equipment and things of that nature, right? So the limitations of just being on one site and only one site are far from gone. And you know, with e-commerce in the early years becoming the growth of online shopping, more and more people shop online, right? And we understand that because if you shop online, right, there's so much options to pick from. You want to make sure you pick the right option. Well, when sites like eBay and Amazon and others came aboard, social proof was key, right? And consumers relied on that opinion of others to validate the risk of making a purchase, especially if it was a little bit higher or there was a delay in shipping. Like if you ever buy anything like from overseas, like through any of these platforms, you really start to look at the reviews because it's like a 4 to 6 week wait, and you don't want to wait and then not get anything after paying for it, right? Because 4 to 6 weeks is a long time to give money and wait for it. And we've learned that, reviews also has helped these e-commerce platforms and stores with SEO, search engine optimization, right? Positive reviews improves what the search engines put you in front of. So, reviews aren't going anywhere. You all know that by now, hopefully. And if you have any doubt about the value of reviews, more than happy to go a little bit more in depth. But I just want to share the foundation of how this kind of all started. Like in the early 2000s, you had the launch of review platforms like Yelp, right? In early 2004, then TripAdvisor in the 2000s. And they marked the beginning of the review era, right? And then in the mid 2000s, you had e-commerce giants like Amazon, which emphasized customer reviews. They were integrating them as a part of their algorithm, their shopping experience. And then 2010 and onwards, smartphones became like the thing. Social media became the thing. And those accelerated how reviews were valued. And then platforms like Google reviews came out, Facebook reviews came out, and they played a significant role in building upon the value of digital word of mouth. So, reviews aren't going anywhere. It's actually getting a little bit more competitive. People are becoming more aware of it as we have more and more generations getting older. The buying process has tremendously shifted from like in person to online to social media to digital products. And I want you to know that this is not just a you thing or a me thing. This is a business thing. Like this is outside of just offering a service. This is the way people do business now, off of reputation, right? So it's that important that now we get into how we make this a reality, right? Like I shared so much around like the offer, scenarios of how businesses need reviews, a little bit of the history of reviews and why it's here to stay and not to leave. Well, I'm going to now empower you with a little bit of a sneak peek of what your platform, which if you haven't thought of a name for it, you got to do that today too, right? Because you got to get this white labeled and ready to go. Everything you do is going to be version 1. You're always going to ever evolve, right? But the amount of features we have in the reputation section of HighLevel is everything your customers need to see the results that they expect. So, within HighLevel, we have it so you can send out review requests to SMS and they're automated, right? So based on an action, a review request will go out, reminders will go out, follow-ups will go out. Same with emails. We'll have email campaigns with different ways to make it pop out for you. And then we have the review response, which is AI powered. So as these reviews come in, they respond on behalf of your customers. And the nice thing is that everything is easy to see the result of. So you click on one tab, you see the full result right in front of you, right? And your customers will be able to too. That's the most important part, right? And then, as you get these reviews, the platform will give you the opportunity to now respond to it, but more than anything else, put them on social media. So take the review and then share it on social media. And as you're doing this, it just gets better, right? Because the more you share the positive reviews, the better amount of customers you attract. And we also have for businesses that, would rather prefer signage, or they do a lot of print marketing. We have options for QR codes, and then we have other options to have the dynamic display of those live reviews showing up on your website. So it's jam-packed. I mean, the platform is jam-packed, and it's everything you need to compete with those in the marketplace now. So, like I had mentioned before, you have folks in the marketplace, like the three that you see here, and they do hundreds of millions of dollars in the industry now with offering their services to small to medium-sized businesses. And they also offer this service to marketers and agencies with some red tape, right? So maybe it's a higher cost to get started with them as a partner. Maybe there's minimum requirements, there's contracts, there's limited features and add-on costs, and it's still a manual process, and there's a length of time to get this up and running if you check all the boxes. Well, if you look to the other side here with HighLevel, I mean, we make this as simple as possible. I mean, whether you get started with our $297 plan with unlimited sub accounts or our $497 plan with our SaaS, the difference between the two is that one will set everything up for you automatically. The other one just requires you to do it, step by step, right? But there's no white label contracts. There's no waiting periods. There's no long processes. The agency mode gives you what you need at the $297 to get this going. So, I mean, you're paying $297 a month. Let's say you sell this, let's call this a sub account, right? This account that you sign up is $197. You sell 12 of them in the month. Well, you're bringing in $2,364, but you're only paying HighLevel $297, right? So you're getting in $2,364. You're only paying HighLevel $297. You're profiting $2,067. And that number only goes up as you get on more accounts, right? And, this doesn't require big teams, fulfillment teams. Like, this is designed to be turnkey, right? The software does its job as long as you set it up. And the great thing about all this is that you launch it immediately. So however you got here today, whether you received an email, you were invited by a friend, you saw an ad, it's all for a reason. You're at the right place at the right time, because there are people right now Googling how to get better reviews, how to get rid of bad reviews. What do I do if I have a bad review? How do I get new reviews? They're Googling this now, right? And the difference is that they're finding only what's available to them. But if you're in your local market and you're in Facebook groups and you're in in-person events and you offer this for same price or half the price, you're as equipped to give a result as anybody else is. Your platform is as equipped to give the result that your customer wants, which is better reputation, automated. And, the uniqueness of what we have to offer here has everything to do with our integration, our customization, our user-friendly, easy-to-use dashboards, and our support. Like, you're working with high-level support directly to serve you, and then you serve your customers. And everything we do with the white label platform, we give you the resources to share with your clients as well, right? Whether you want to repackage that information with your branding, go ahead, right? Whether you want to record your own videos or your own trainings based on what you learn, go right ahead, right? But we're giving you everything you need related to HighLevel. You just have to rename it to what you name your product. And I mean, we've seen so many success stories, and for another time, you could definitely look at our Google reviews. You could look at our YouTube channel. You could do your own research on HighLevel and the testimonies that we have. We're changing businesses, we're changing lives, and you're going to have the opportunity to do the same thing. You will have the opportunity to do the same exact thing, and you're going to end up working with contractors, right? You'll work with the general contractors, the electricians, the plumbers. You'll help them increase their credibility. You'll help them increase their customer trust. You'll help them have a competitive edge, right? They want that. They just don't know who to trust. I mean, contractors that I've worked with, they're spending money in yellow pages. I don't know who reads it. I don't know who uses that anymore, but they're spending the money in the yellow pages. They're spending the money in these local magazines that are in these convenience stores. They're spending the money on newspapers, on TV commercials, right? Like that's all great marketing when you already have a brand. But if you're going to start out, you need a reputation first, right? And you just need a first few set of customers. So these folks will love you if you could just get in front of them. I've gotten in front of these contractors by going to Home Depots, by Lowe's, by going to Sherwin-Williams, by going where they go. Like these contractors go where they pick up their supplies, they go where they pick up their items for their customers, right? They're there. So you got to be there too, right? And it just sometimes takes a familiar face or a positive vibe. Like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, here's my car. Have you ever need? And you have to have the art of the conversation. Conversation converts. Then you have right, restaurants, right? Like how many restaurants have you been to that give you a check, and in the check there's a call to action with a QR code, right? If you've been to a restaurant that's like walks you through how to leave a review, let me know below. But a majority of them are just saying, hey, if you want to leave a review, we'll give you a few bucks off, or we'll give you a free dessert. They don't make it clear. They don't make it easy. They don't walk you through the step-by-step action. Like sometimes people just want to be told what to do. Hey, scan this code, leave a review. I'll be right back with your bill. If you leave the review, you'll get $10 off your order, or you'll get a free dessert or a free cappuccino. Right? Like you got to make it clear. And these restaurants, whether it's fine dining, casual dining, fast food, they will see a result because they're seeing volume. The food trucks see results too. They see volume, right? And positive online reviews builds reputation. I've seen restaurants explode because their chefs and their branding speaks for themselves, right? Their reputation and their branding speaks for themselves. You know, real estate, whether it's property managers, real estate agents, title closing, right? Anyone as part of the transaction, real estate attorney, right? All of this matters. Like there's so many people in this process that, you know, the reputation matters, right? Because yes, they're all doing the same type of process or work, but the quality is not the same all the time. So you want to make sure that if you're doing a great job and you're seeing happy customers, happy clients, that you're making it easy for them to tell that story on your behalf, to be proud of what you have done for them. And the same with attorneys, whether it's law firms, solo practitioners, legal consultants, paralegals, trademark attorneys, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the size. If you have a handful of customers, clients, businesses that you serve, helping them tell a story of how you helped them will impact you positively rather than having nothing. And again, these are great candidates for what you have to offer because they're paying somebody now, whether it's a website or a traditional way of marketing, to put themselves out there. Retail, right? You know, back in the day, like growing up, I'd go to the mall. They'd have this store where like they engrave stuff, or, you know, maybe I need like some custom t-shirts made for a birthday party. Like I'm looking for someone local because like maybe I didn't recognize like how fast time flew by, but I need this done before a certain date, and it's not enough for me to get it shipped. I need it now. Well, I'm Googling, I'm looking this up. Well, if a business doesn't share their stories or doesn't have reviews, well, they're not going to be seen by me. And imagine if you're looking for an engraving, or you're looking for an award store, or you're looking for a t-shirt store, right? Like reviews are key. You're looking for people that are in business. And typically if they're in business, they have reviews. healthcare, chiropractor, dentists, counselors, therapists, wellness centers, med spas. Reviews for this industry are so powerful. They're so powerful, right? Higher patient conversions, right? Longer lifetime value of a patient. The patient trust, they're doing more, whether you accept their insurance or not, right? The enhanced professional reputation, especially in the health and wellness space, when we're dealing with skin, with life, with body, it's just that much more important, right? Just that much more important. And, we went through a lot here. And if there's something here that you really found valuable, let me know below. What did you enjoy the most about what we've went through? What did you enjoy the most? Do you feel that you have enough knowledge to work with to speak about this confidently, right? You're about to embark in the SaaSpreneur movement. Shirt says it all. Jump on to SaaSpreneur.com if you want to learn more. But you're about to jump into the SaaSpreneur movement, right? HighLevel is about to power that for you. You're about to name your platform today, your own custom name. Embarking the SaaSpreneur mindset, right, is so important to understand why, how, what, who, when, right? You need to know these things. So the time you invested with me today was the foundation that'll build upon tomorrow and there and so forth, right? And it's all about understanding the overall big picture, right? Because your customer, they want results, but they also want to know that you know what you're talking about. And that's important. And that's more important than anything else. So, let me know how you're feeling down there. How are you feeling? Let me know how you're feeling. We got a few more things here before we wrap the day up. We got a few more here. I want to do a quick walkthrough of our platform so you can visually see, connect the dots on what I've talked about, and then take on setting up day 2 of the membership course on getting your system going. Right? How does that sound to you all? Ready to take on the challenge? I mean, you're here still, so you're definitely ready for the challenge. We just got to take action, right? So let me know in the comments below. Type below, take action, and let's get to it. Right? I'm going to share my screen here in a minute. Let me just move a couple things around. And what I'm going to walk you through here is the university. I'm going to also walk through here the Facebook group. And then I'm going to walk through here the help guide, right? The help guide is like our living and breathing instruction manual to HighLevel. It is amazing. I mean, every day I learn so much about this. I'm going to also show you the YouTube channel. We got tons of content of just like 3 to 4 minute videos that like walk you through this, walk you through that, like gives you everything you need to know about the platform just to speak about it with confidence. So key. And again, I know that we're going over the reviews as an offer, but you're gonna like naturally want to know a little bit more. You want to know a little bit more about the actual platform itself because it might come up in questions. So we're going to touch on a little bit of everything so you have a better understanding of what to expect. I'm just going to open up one more window here. And we can get this going here. See here, Facebook group. Okay. Pull this up here. And again, if you're just tuning in now, you're definitely going to want to watch this from the beginning. You will need a HighLevel account or a trial version. We're giving a 30-day trial for you to kind of get in here and get working with us. But you will need a HighLevel account for all of this, so that way you can actually push the buttons, pull the levers, and get this thing moving and grooving. Right? Let me just get this one group here open. I like to have this stuff like just get right to it for you because sometimes this is going to be a little bit confusing when we move things around with the delay with social media. Okay, I think I got everything here. Help guide, lead. Okay, sweet. So let me go here. First things first, let me share my screen. Okay, so right, you go to initially you're going to go to app.gohighlevel.com. You're going to log in with your login information. Now that'll change when you set up your domain, your white label domain. So, at that point, it'll be maybe app.yourwhitelabeldomain.com and you'll log in. But when you log in, you're going to end up here. This is the agency view. Now, all of this will be like replaced with your logo and stuff. And the system will walk you through what you need to kind of fill in so it's customized to you. But when you log in here, for now, like for this moment, you want to go right to the university tab. Go to the university tab. You may have a handful of different courses. You may have just one or two. Every account's just a little different. But you want to make your way to this one right here, the 5-day reviews challenge. Click on that. Right? And when you click on that now, it'll pull up day one, all the content for day one, day two, your setup. This is what I need you to work on today, or as soon as you can, is the day two tech setup. Right? So walk you through everything you need to know for day two. Now, there's a lot of videos here, but keep in mind, a lot of these videos are about 2 to 3 minutes long. So I mean, everything is digestible. It's you can manage this. It's not 30-minute long videos here, right? Then you have the snapshot, right? Snapshot's key. That's like all the preset features and tech automation trees that we've put together for you. And then day 3 is the sales and prospecting. Day 4, the onboarding fulfillment. Goes through all those different elements. Day 5, retention and ascension. And then below is the collaterals, right? So all the items I shared earlier, like the videos, the social media posts, the white paper, the templates, all of that is here. So you'll have access to that. This is where you'll be working out of at your own pace. So we have me on the live version Monday through Friday this week, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then you then jump in here where you'll be doing the actual self-paced learning, going through these individual modules. This will give you a full scope understanding and everything you need to get your reviews as a service offer up and your high-level system up and running with your own brand, right? So everything will be ready to go, right? So that's important. Now, if you don't have access, like let's say you go here and the course I'm referring to is not here, definitely reach out to our support team. Definitely want to go to the success link that's below here. They'll get it added. Now, once they add it, it's important to know that you're going to need to clear your cache and your cookies, right, from your Google browser, and then try again in incognito mode, right? That'll reset any of the different errors that needed to be reset for you to see it again. And then therefore, you should be able to log in as regular the next time. But that's like a hard reset that you'll need to do if it gets added at a later time, right? So that's that. Next area here that's really, really important is our help guide. So like, if you go to help.gohighlevel.com, definitely bookmark this. Definitely always stays up to date, always new information here. And when you go here, like let's say I want to do reviews. Like this will give me everything related to reviews, reputation, right? Some of it's dated, some of it's recent, right? So there's a variety of content here that doesn't change often or changes frequently. So you'll have all of this here for you. If I type in reputation management, right? How to set up a QR code for maximizing review generation, breaking things down, customizing it, a version 2 UI navigation, right? Case studies. So everything's here. And you have a handful of videos as well. So this is definitely your place to go for what you need, right? Next here is the Facebook group. Let me, my computer's lagging here. Give me a quick second. Let me open this up, close here, reshare. Facebook group. We have a couple of different Facebook groups that are out there. If you go to this 5-day reviews challenge group, let me try opening this here in incognito. If you go into that 5 days reviews challenge, you'll be able to see our group there. You'll have to request that group. You should also receive a text message to join and an email. So definitely go check your email on that. Try one more thing here. Browser. Okay, here we go. Plug this in, share. Right. So we have our Facebook group here. This is where our videos, our replays will be featured. So you have that here. We have past episodes of different things. I always recommend that when you do the Facebook group, you always adjust this to be a new posts. So you can see the newest posts that are out there. That'll be important. And then if you go the other route, it'll only show what people are commenting on and all that good stuff. So you want to make sure you're jumping in here. My ask of you is to jump in here and introduce yourself, right? Like if you are on the sidelines, well, no one's going to engage with you and no one's going to rush to answer your question. So like put yourself out there early so that way you get the support you need, right? And this is no different than any other maybe paid membership course or paid training you would do. The only difference here is that you're not paying for this, right? And maybe that doesn't make it as valuable to you. Well, here's what I'll tell you. When you start to unpack and learn what we're about to teach you, you're going to say, well, why don't they charge us for this? And it's our way of getting people into the community that want to learn, right? That want a chance to really understand this, and they maybe can't or they don't want to invest right away for whatever reason. So we just make it super easily accessible. And we find that people that take advantage of everything we have to offer end up becoming really successful at HighLevel. And they typically have a great story to share. And they'll share that story in our other Facebook groups called the HighLevel Official Community, as well as on our podcast, the HighLevel Spotlight Sessions, and other areas within our education platform, right? Like we do a bunch of masterclasses and workshops and podcasts. And, if you haven't yet, you gotta jump to our YouTube channel because the wealth of information that's here is beyond. I mean, we have like our Get Started Quick Wins is a great series that walks you through like 10 things that you need to know and be using at HighLevel. Our HighLevel Spotlight sessions like share stories of users and people that are influential in the industry. Here we have our 3-day virtual workshop trainings. Like every recording we've done is here for you to consume. But again, it's not just consuming it, it's taking action. But like knowing there's resources is very helpful. Our how-to, so here's a pro tip, and I binge on these because this stuff is always ever evolving. Like 17 hours ago, we just launched a new video on how to use site and funnel analytics, right? Like how to use gifts and community. Like this stuff goes on and on and on. There's like 200 and some odd videos here. Again, they're about 3 to 5 minutes long only. So this is very digestible, but definitely actionable. And these are areas that as you start to talk to business owners, we could do that. I could do that. Let me help you. Let me show you. This is what we do. This is how it works together. Like knowledge is key after you've practiced what you've learned, right? And we have additional videos as well. So there's a wealth, friends. There's a wealth of information here. I hope you're as excited as I am, right? Like I've had the pleasure of hosting this for maybe about 6 weeks, 7 weeks or so. Time flies when you're having fun. I meet a lot of amazing people here while doing so. I get to hear a lot of great stories. I get to see a lot of great results. And I really, really, really wish you the best. I know you got this. And you just have to carve out the time. So you carve out the time, you use the resources, you put it into play, you will win. And again, it's only you that you're competing against, and you should only be worried about you. And if you want to help someone or accept help, you're more than welcome to. But we've given you everything, and we hope you feel welcomed. And I hope you're ready to take on the 5-day challenge this week with me. You got work to do, and so do I. I got to get spruced up on my knowledge because tomorrow's a jam-packed day with our setup day, which will walk into a full demo of HighLevel, as well as making sure we answer your questions on what you might have got stumped on early on. And then day 3, we're going to take it home to sales and prospecting, and that's where the money is made. So look, if you have fun here, you enjoyed it, you got tons of value, you've learned a few things that you're excited about implementing, comment below. Let me know. We appreciate you. Thank you again. Until tomorrow, be ready to get the job done.